This is the Sakar Murli of the 6th of March 2025. Essence. Sweet children, just as you souls have received thrones in the form of your bodies, in the same way the Father, who has no throne of his own, is sitting on the throne of this Dada. Question. What are the signs of those who are aware of being God's children? Answer. They have true love for the one Father. God's children never fight or argue with one another. They can never have impure vision. Since they have become Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris, that is, they have become brothers and sisters, they cannot look at one another with impure vision. Song. Leave your throne in the sky and come down to earth. Om Shanti. You children know that Baba has now left his throne in the sky and has made the body of this Dada his throne. He left that throne to come here, and he is now sitting here. The element of the sky is the throne of human beings. The throne of souls is the great element of light, where you souls reside without bodies. Just as there are stars in the sky, so you tiny souls reside there. A soul cannot be seen without having a divine vision. You children now have the knowledge that souls are as tiny as stars, like points of light. The Father has now left that throne. The Father says, you souls also had to leave that throne and make your bodies your thrones. I too definitely need a body. You call me into the old world. There is the song, the resident of the faraway land has come into the foreign land. The place where you souls reside and where Baba resides is the abode of souls. Then from there you go to heaven, which Baba is establishing. The Father does not enter heaven himself. He remains beyond sound, in the state of retirement. There is no need of him in heaven. He is beyond experiencing happiness and sorrow. You experience happiness, and you also experience sorrow. You Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris now know that you are brothers and sisters, and so you should never even have a thought of impure vision towards one another. You are brothers and sisters, and are sitting here personally in front of the Father. Just see this method for remaining pure. These things are not mentioned in the scriptures. The Father of all is one, and so all of you are his children. You children must never fight or argue amongst yourselves. You know that at present you are God's children. Previously you were devilish children. Now at the confluence age you have become God's children. Then in the golden age you will be deity children. You children now know this cycle. You are Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris. Therefore, there can never be impure vision. There is no bad vision in the golden age. It is only in the kingdom of Ravan that there is impure vision. You children must not remember anyone except the Father. The greatest love should be for the one Father. Mine is one shivbaba and none other. The Father says, Children, you now have to go to the Shiva temple. Shivbaba is establishing heaven. For half a cycle, it has been the kingdom of Ravan, through which you reached degradation. No one knows who Ravan is, or why you burn him. They do not even know Shivbaba. Just as they adorn the idols of deities and worship them and then sink them, so too they make a clay lingam image of Shivbaba, worship it, and then mix that clay back with the clay. Similarly, they also make an effigy of Ravan and then burn it. They do not understand anything. They say that it is now Ravan's kingdom and that the kingdom of Rama has to be established. Gandhiji too wanted the kingdom of Rama. Therefore that means that this is the kingdom of Ravan. The Father comes and rains the rain of this knowledge on you children, who had been burnt away by sitting on the pyre of lust in the kingdom of Ravan. He benefits everyone. Just as when rain falls on barren land, grass begins to grow, in the same way, because you had no rain of this knowledge, you had become totally barren. Once again you are being showered with this knowledge, through which you will become the masters of the world. Although you children live at home with your families, you should have a great deal of internal happiness. Some poor children study and become barristers, etc., through their studies. They then sit with important people and they eat and drink together. There is the story of the Bhil, native woman, in the scriptures. You children know that those who have done the most devotion will come and take this knowledge the most. We are the ones who have done the most devotion from the beginning. Therefore, Baba sends us to heaven first of all. These are accurate things filled with this knowledge. We were ones who were worthy of worship, and we then became worshippers. We continued to come down. All of this knowledge is explained to you children. At present, everyone in the whole world is an atheist. They do not know the Father. They simply say, neti, neti, neither this nor that. As you continue to make progress, sannyasis will come and definitely become theists. Even if one sannyasi came here, not all his followers would trust him. They would say that the Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris have cast a magic spell on him. They would remove that sannyasi from the gadi and replace him with one of his disciples. Many such sannyasis came to you, but they then disappeared. This is a very wonderful drama. You children now know everything from the beginning to the end. You also imbibe this number-wise, according to your efforts. The Father has this entire knowledge, and so you too should have it. Day by day, many centers continue to be opened. You children have to become very merciful. The Father says, have mercy for yourselves. Do not be merciless. Have mercy for yourselves. How? He continues to explain this too. Remember the Father and become pure from impure. You must never make effort to become impure again. Your vision has to remain very good. We Brahmins are God's children. God has adopted us. We now have to change from ordinary humans into deities. First, we will become angels who reside in the subtle region. You are now becoming angels. The secret of the subtle region has been explained to you children. Here it is a talkie. In the subtle region it is a movie. In the incorporeal world there is just silence. The subtle region is for angels. A ghost has a body like a shadow. When a soul does not receive a new body, he wanders around. That is called a ghost. You can see that with your physical eyes. Then there are angels, the residents of the subtle region. These aspects have to be understood. You have the knowledge of the incorporeal world, the subtle region, and the corporeal world. Keep all of this knowledge in your intellects whilst you walk and move along. We are originally residents of the incorporeal world. We are now to return there via the subtle region. Only at this time does Baba create the subtle region. First the subtle region is needed, and then the corporeal world is needed. It is now the confluence age. This is called the godly age, whereas the new world is called the divine age, the age of deities. You children should have so much happiness. If you have impure vision, you cannot claim a high status. You are now Brahmins. You must not forget this when you return home. You forget when you go into bad company. You swans are God's children. You should no longer have any internal strings of attachment to anyone. If you do have strings of attachment, you would be called monkeys of attachment. Your business is to make everyone pure. You are the ones who make this world into heaven. There is such a difference between the devilish children of Ravan and you children of God. In order to make your stage constant, you children have to practice not seeing whilst seeing everything. To keep your intellect stable and constant is a matter of courage. It does take effort to become perfect. You need time to become perfect. Only when you reach your karmatit stage can this vision remain stable. Until then, there will be one pull or another. You have to remain totally beyond that. You need a clear line. Whilst seeing everything, it must be as though you don't see anything. Only those who practice this will claim a high status. We have not reached that stage yet. Sannyasis do not understand these things. Here you have to make a lot of effort. You know that you have now renounced the old world. You simply have to return to your home of sweet silence. This is not in the intellect of anyone else, like it is in yours. Only you know that you now have to return home. God Shiva speaks. He is the purifier, the liberator, and the guide. Krishna is not the guide. It is at this time that you learn how to show everyone this path. This is why you have been named Pandavas. You are the Pandava army. You have now become soul conscious. You know that you have to return home, that you have to leave your old bodies. The examples of the snake and the buzzing moth apply to you at this time. You are now the practical forms of those. They cannot do this business. You know that this world is a graveyard and that it has to become a land of angels. Every day is lucky for you. You children are always lucky. Children are registered in a school on a Thursday. This has been the system from the beginning. It is the Lord of the tree who is now teaching you. The omens of Jupiter remain over you for birth after birth. These omens are unlimited. The omens of the path of devotion are limited. There are now unlimited omens, and so you must make full effort. It is not just one who will become Lakshmi or Narayan. There will also be their dynasty. Many will definitely rule there. There is the Sun dynasty kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. These things are in your intellects. Some of you children have also had a vision of how they receive their tilak of sovereignty, how the Sun dynasty people hand over the kingdom to the Moon dynasty people. The parents wash the feet of the child and give him the tilak of sovereignty and the fortune of the kingdom. All of these visions are fixed in the drama. You children shouldn't become confused about this. Simply remember the Father and become spinners of the discus of self-realization, and also make others this. You are the mouth-born children of Brahma, the true Brahmins, who spin the discus of self-realization. So much violence has been shown in the scriptures by them using the discus of self-realization. The Father is now narrating the true Gita to you children. Therefore you should learn it by heart. It is very easy. Your entire connection is with the Gita. In the Gita there is knowledge as well as yoga. You only have to create one book. Why should you also create books about yoga separately? However, nowadays, yoga is very famous. Therefore, different names are given to make people come and understand. They will understand at the end that they have to have yoga with the one Father. Those who listen to this will then claim a high status in their own religion. Acha. To you sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, BapDada. The spiritual Father says Namaste to you spiritual children. Essence for Dharana. 1. Have mercy for yourself. Make your vision very good and pure. God has adopted you in order to change you from an ordinary human into a deity. Therefore you must never have any thought of becoming impure. 2. In order to make your stage completely karmatit, constantly practice remaining beyond. Whilst seeing everything in this old world, do not see it By constantly practicing this, you will make your stage constant. Blessing. May you become full of all treasures and satisfied by accumulating an income of multi-millions at every step. These children who take every step in remembrance of the Father accumulate an income of multi-millions at every step. It is only at this confluence age that you receive a mine of an income of multi-millions. The confluence age is the age to accumulate. You can now accumulate as much as you want. Not even one step, that is, not even 1 second, must go by when you do not accumulate anything. That is, it must not go to waste. Let your treasure store be constantly full. Let your world be such that it lacks nothing. Such should be the sanskars. When you become that full and satisfied now, you will then become a master of the infinite treasures in the future. Slogan. Instead of becoming upset in any situation, remain seated on the seat of a knowledgeful soul. Avyakt signal. Adopt the culture of truth and good manners. Let there be love and also sweetness, and so greatness in your words. Let there be truth in them, but also let there be humility in your form. Be fearless and speak with authority, but let your words be within the code of conduct. Let there be a balance of the two. Where there is a balance, you can see wonders, and those words are not harsh, they sound sweet. So now show the wonder of a balance of authority and humility. This is the way to reveal the Father. Om Shanti. Invaluable versions of Mateshwariji. For half the cycle there is knowledge, the day of Brahma, and for half the cycle there is devotion, the night of Brahma. For half the cycle it is the day of Brahma, and for half the cycle it is the night of Brahma. The night now has to end, and the morning has to come. God now comes and ends the darkness and begins to bring the light. There is light through knowledge and darkness through devotion. In the song it says, "Take us away from this world of sin to a place where the heart finds rest and comfort." This is a restless world where there is no comfort. In the state of liberation, there is no rest or restlessness. The golden and silver ages are the world of rest and comfort, and everyone remembers that land of happiness. So you are now going to that world of rest and comfort. No impure souls can go there. At the end, they will experience punishment from Dharamraj and become free from any bondage of karma, and will then carry away their pure sanskars, because there are no impure sanskars or sins there. When souls forget their real Father, there is then the predestined, eternal play of the maze, the game of victory and defeat. This is why we now take power from God, the Almighty Authority, to gain victory over the vices and claim our fortune of the kingdom for 21 births. Acha. Om Shanti.